Our power of wisdom, judgment, and justice expresses in our physical body as our 7 endocrine glands. And these include our pineal gland, the pituitary, the thyroid, the thymus, the pancreas, ovaries in women and testes in men, and our 2 adrenal glands. Each of these endocrine glands serves as a wise judge in our body, and they oversee the activity and the functioning of a particular part of the body or a particular organ. And they do this by secreting hormones into the bloodstream. And these hormones pass through the bloodstream to that particular target organ. And in general, the more there is of a hormone, the more active that organ becomes. Of these 7 endocrine glands, it is our pituitary gland here at the base of the brain that is our master endocrine organ. It's like this is the chief justice of the 7 judges or endocrine glands. This is the seat, the primary seat of judgment in our body. And this is because this tiny endocrine gland, this pituitary gland, secretes 9 major hormones. And these hormones regulate all of the other endocrine glands in our body. And they also regulate major functions in our body, like the growth of our body and the water balance in our body. So how do we make good judgments? How do we make wise decisions? Well, we gather a whole range of information, and then we carefully weigh it and evaluate it, and then we make wise judgments that bring health and healing to our life. And this is just what the pituitary gland does in our body. All of the hormones that are secreted by the other endocrine glands, they travel in the blood up here to the pituitary gland, to this wise judge, and it weighs the amount of these hormones, if they're in balance with one another, and it also takes information from here in the brain, from the hypothalamus, and then it makes wise judgments about how much of its own 9 hormones that it's going to secrete back out into the body. Our pituitary gland also responds directly to the judgments we make. And this is the most fascinating part. So let's say that we see ourselves as being filled with energy. So the pituitary picks up that judgment, and it sends a hormone down to our thyroid gland, which tells the thyroid to secrete just the right amount of its hormone, which gives us just the right amount of energy. How about if we make wise judgments, loving judgments about ourselves and others? Our heart is open. What gland would that influence the most? Well, it would be the thymus gland. And the thymus gland regulates our immune system. So when we are wise and loving, now our immune system is healthy and our whole body is free of disease. So this is the principle. As we judge, as we make these judgments, they get carried right out in our body. Our very own endocrine glands respond to our judgments and change the amount of hormones in our body. So let's be sure that we make good judgments, wise judgments, loving judgments, and this will bring balance and harmony and wisdom into our life.